Welcome to AI Simplified.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel AI Simplified. In today's video, we will be doing multi-class classification with Spacy language models. So let's begin. For this, I have taken a customer complaint dataset, which can be found here. I will mention the link in the description below. So let's begin. First of all, we will be importing the pandas library to load our dataset. I have already did some pre-processing on the dataset, as this video is more about how to do multi-class classification with the Spacy model rather than pre-processing the database. The link of my other repository where I have done the pre-processing, I will put down below in the description. So the location of the dataset is in data folder here, and then I will show you the top 10 rows. Now you can see that there is a text column, and with this customer complaint there is an associated category. First of all, let's see how many different categories are there. As you can see that there are 11 categories with different number of complaints. Normally we merge these small complaints into one other category, but we are not here for pre-processing, so let's go further, and I will also show you one example how our text looks like. So you can see that it's this one was progress card, and then we have an associated category with this, which is credit reporting. I won't be doing any pre-processing. I will just be putting this whole text into the Spacy model to get some results. Now for Spacy, we have to put in this format, and this is one hot encoded values. So what we are gonna do further is we are going to call this pandas.getDummies function, and it will create the one hot encoding for this category ID. So we select this category ID, pass it here, and I also add a prefix to make it like more understandable. Now, and I also print the y variable to see how. Now you can see that for all the rows it has converted into a one hot encoding. So for the example 2 belongs to category 0, so we have label 0 as 1, rest of them are 0, and we have to change it into this format. So now what we are gonna do is we will do the label is equals to y. First we will create all in a list all the column names, and we print label here. Then we convert it to a dictionary with index value. And now you can see with every row we have this into this format, and this is what we wanted, text, category, and then in this format in a and now we have to combine both of them. So we will be using a list in it and zip this data frame with the consumer complaint, this column, and adding the categories with categories for categories in y dot values. So what this will do, it will create a data set that is required for Spacy it should go here, and then we have to put it into a dictionary. Yeah, and now you can see that we have this text, and then we have associated categories with labels, 0 being true and the rest as being 0. Now we just do the train and test split for this. I will divide into a 80-20 divide for this. Data set with train size 0.8 and then random split, just that if somebody reruns this notebook again, then we get the same split. And run it. Now we will import a Spacy and it's random state. And in NLP we will load a blank model. See, there are some already pre-trained models that you can use, but we just want to use this blank model because it's really difficult to set your problem into a predefined model for a multi-label classification. Now we just do a text get and we do and then we add a pipe. So this creates an empty pipe, and I want to add all the label that we have in this list to here. We will add these labels into this pipeline, and if you run this, and then we can see what labels are there. So all the labels for our problem are now added to this pipe. And we also define an optimizer, which will be p.begin training. And we define iterations as 2. Now here comes the main training loop. which will be from mini batch compounding, and from Spacy dot training example. And we have to select which pipe we want to use, and then we define enable this text get dot multi label pipe that we have added. And then for the number of iterations, we define losses here, and batches as mini batch, train data, and we also provide a size of compounding. So we created some batches here, and we are going through the batches. We are selecting the text and the annotations that I showed you earlier. And example as an empty list. Then we will go in this for I in range, and here we are converting it to using make doc function into the format of Spacy. Then I am gonna append this to the empty list that we created. Example dot from dictionary, we have the doc that we created, and then annotations, that is the labels that we have. And after this we just come out of the loop, nlp dot update, it's not update, nlp dot update, and then we do the example sgd, we give our optimizer, then we have the drop, that is dropout, 0.2, and losses as losses. So losses, and you can see we have created an empty dictionary here. Then I just want to print this, so let's say batch number, which we are on right now, we can also print the loss, and then we will just type format. Then for batch number we will pass this value k. Then we do just do round off losses, which will be the same text get multi-label. Then we increase the batch number with 2 plus 1, and in the end outside the for loop we just tell that we have completed iteration. So it will print the iteration number, and I think that's all. Let's run it. And then we have a problem here because it says text is not recognized, so it's only text. And again test, and you can see it has started running already. So if you guys like this video so far, please give a like, a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. It will help me a lot to grow. Then I will just go ahead and write the rest of the commands. Meanwhile it's running. So then we have to save this model to disk, which is like I create a separate folder as models, and I will save it here. Yeah, there is already a, so I will delete all these first. Okay, and then we, after saving the model, we can do some test. I just ran it for 2 iterations because we are bounded by some time to finish this video, but you can leave it running for a long time. So now I'm taking all the same from here. We have the text and the annotations in test data, and we do it at like tests and annotations in test data to make it a little bit different from here. Yeah, then make it annotation, and we again convert it to doc. That's the format from NLP dot make doc. Yes, and lastly we will append everything to a list that we have created, example from dictionary, and then we have doc and annotations. And this one is complete. Now we have to just do the score, which will be NLP dot evaluate. this test, and then I just print the score. And as you can see, we have already completed one iteration, so there are total number of 733 batches, and we are almost half, so it should be done pretty soon. Lastly, if you want to save these results, you can also do it like import JSON, and you can save this like in a JSON format for really nice. And here like score, so it's area under curve with per category. Then we have the indent, define how much space with p30, and then we have the sort keys equals to true. Models is empty. Now we can see, you can find the link for this notebook in the description below, and I will upload it to my GitHub page after posting this video, so you can check it out later. If you have any problem running this notebook, you can also ask me in the comment. Yeah, and it's done. Right, and then I do is, now you can see it should be saved in models. We have this is our model that is saved. Now we will just do it for the test, and then we will also do the score and see how much score did we get. And it's running, but you can see that if you see that the values are very different for different categories. So 78%, then for different categories you can see here, yeah, precision, recall, different. But you can also improve the score over time with more number of iterations and doing a much more better pre-processing. I just showed you how to run a Spacy model for multi-label classification, and you can see that this is the area under curve for per type, and it's not that bad. For label 9 it's not there, and you can see from label 9 how many. So I think that's because they have 2 or 7 examples, that's why maybe. Yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you like this content. Please subscribe to my channel and give a thumbs up if you like this video. Thank you guys, have a nice day. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching. Please like and comment. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel.